The Champions League's back, and Arsenal will be doing everything they can to ensure their name is in the group stage draw in October. It's a sellout attendance here inside Linkoping Arena. Still a few fans required to take their seats. There was a fire drill just before kickoff, so I imagine following the evacuation now, which is why the game is taking place at a slightly delayed kickoff time. We will be seeing those seats start to fill up as well. Plenty of star power on display. Caitlin Ford and Noella Maritz, the two in shot there. Two seasoned campaigners now for the Gunners, joined by a number of new faces for this season. Kim Little, how good is it to see her back on the pitch? The Arsenal captain exchanging pre-match pennants with Emma Lennartson, the most experienced player in the Linkoping side, 32 years old. More than 200 appearances for her team. So let's take a look at the team news then, and it's an exciting one from an Arsenal point of view. Three new faces making their Gunners debuts today, with Amanda Illestedt, Chloe Lacasse and Alessia Russo all starting. There's also a welcome return to the side, as mentioned, for Kim Little, who starts for the first time since April. Beth Mead as well, who has been sidelined for the last 10 months, is fit enough to make the bench. For the hosts, it's two changes from Friday's goalless draw against league leaders BK Häcken. Stina Lennartson comes in at right wing back alongside her namesake Emma in Linkoping's back five. And leading scorer Cornelia Capox is reinstated to Anders Jakobsen's electric front line. Michelle de Jong is expected to provide the creativity in midfield. Saori Takarada is one to watch as well. Referee for today is Deborah Annex, even at 31. She is an experienced figure in the women's game, but can be quite card happy. And one appointment in the men's game this season saw her dish out 10 yellow cards and 2 reds as well, which, Gilly, is going to be a match made in heaven for Katie McCabe. Yeah, I'm just grateful that I'm not playing and she never ref me, because I probably wouldn't last longer than 5 minutes on the pitch. But yeah, in regards to Katie McCabe, you know, you want her to stay out of the referee's books today, especially. Frida Mornan, on her return to this stadium, gets Arsenal underway. Immediately, you're seeing Anu Zinsberger pushing a long way out of goal. I think if games at this level in the past have been anything to go by, she won't be as busy as perhaps she is in a normal WSL game. However, the Champions League has that extra sense of jeopardy, which has seen Manchester City exit the competition in these early qualifiers. She's already been involved in passing out from the back, the Austrian goalkeeper. First couple of touches in Arsenal red for Amanda Illestedt. Four goals for her out in Australia and New Zealand at the World Cup. Really a real whirlwind summer for her. And secured the move from Paris Saint-Germain to come to North London, trading capitals in Europe. Maritz. Little helping things on for Lacasse, and now Russo. A couple of touches from her, back to Mornan. Kicking forward for a second, looked to be in behind. Slightly too much on that pass. The ball is going to roll off this surface as well, isn't it, Gilly, with the 4G that it is?
Yeah, and I think it's lovely build-up play there as well. And what you'll see with Russo is she likes to drop deeper and get involved. Little one-touch around the corner. She likes to play like that, and she'll be great to link up as well with the 10 and into the midfield.
Little. Now McCabe. Powering away from her marker. I think Tandberg. And Sherping have possession back. Lenartsen. Back to Island. Now out for Celery, the left wing back. Carson. Kelty finding Russo. It's a neat turn by her. She brings the Cass into play as well. Plenty of space on this near side. Can she conjure up? An easy save in the end. Kaiser Anderson.
Yeah, I'm not too sure really if that was the right decision. Oh, she does well to cut inside. I think she was just driven at looking at the goal the whole time, but it seemed to open up for an early crossing as well, but just decided to go on her own and take it on her own.
Cass is prolific in this competition. 7 goals in last season's Women's Champions League for Benfica. Also scoring against Bayern in the group stage. From the early patterns of play, it's exactly what we expected from this game, Gilly.
Yeah, I mean, you're expecting Arsenal to have a lot of possession.
It's been given away, though. A chance now for Capox to bring the ball forward. And a supporting run in the form of Yuka Mamiki at the far post as well. The deflection was just enough to take it away from her. Vital intervention on the outstretched leg of Kim Little.
It's one of those ones as well where if a team is set in shape, then you need to move the ball quickly, you know, and support off the ball has to be good, but you can't turn it over sloppy just like you've just seen then from Wilbur Moy. You have to move the ball.
Usland trying to find the number 9, Tandberg. Moy, this time much more accurate with the pass. Forward. Mornham, decent looking cross into the box. Usland got behind it. It's a shot for a handball as well, which has been given. And Arsenal find themselves with a real opportunity to go a goal ahead. Inside the penalty area is the shout. Get a closer look at it here. I don't think it was from Uslan there. It was her clearance, wasn't it, that cannoned off a teammate's arm. Either way, Kim Little, who has scored 2 penalties in last season's Champions League, with a chance from the spot. 6 minutes into this game, usually so dependable from these situations. It's Little, and it's been saved by Anderson. And Arsenal unable to net on the follow-up either. Danger not quite cleared yet. And that's a bit of a collector's item.
I always find as well, when a goalie saves a penalty and people talk about Arsenal, they always go, oh, we always say that's a poor attempt, but what about it's actually a good save from the goalkeeper? And it's a bit hard really to the difference between them. But obviously for me, Kim Little, it didn't really seem that convincing. It didn't seem like there was a lot of power behind it. A good height for the goalie. It is a good save. But obviously Kim will be frustrated with herself that she hasn't put that in the back of the net.
Could have been a perfect return to action for Kim Little. She will be made to wait for her goal should she find the back of the net this afternoon. McCabe. Also unable to gather. That's the foul on Capox, but happily playing advantage is Deborah Annex. Carson. Takarada not taking any risks up against Little. Lennartson. Flicked on by her namesake there on the far side, no one on the same wavelength. Yeah, a good time to remind you of the qualification process for the Champions League group stage. We're currently in a 14 qualifying tournaments. Paris and the Ukrainian side FC Krivas play at 8 o'clock at the same venue later on. And the winners of the two games will then play on Saturday for a chance of reaching the playoff stage. It's going to be a two-legged affair as well. The likes of PSG and Wolfsburg are sides that Arsenal could end up facing, meaning that they will have to play 4 games before even reaching the Champions League group stage. But Lacasse has managed to steal a march there on Carlson. Canadian unable to pick out Little. Nice switch of play though by Carlson. Namiki. There's a run over the top as well. And Artson's in behind, and she had Tamberg with her. Not the quality on the pass, and she is going to be offside.
Yeah, Illistek does really well there to cover Wubben-Moy. Katie McCabe just caught a little bit too high, and the ball's gone over the top to him. But well defended by Arsenal at the end. Obviously, just watching the replay back, it is a good height for the goalkeeper. It doesn't seem like there's that much power behind it as well. I think Kim's just trying to place it into the corner, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper. But what you notice as well is Arsenal just a little bit lacklustre to the second ball, you know, and that's because it's early stages of the season.
Lacasse has already been a bundle of energy on this right-hand side. Little loses out to Takarada. Tamberg. Takarada again just seems to have the extra second when she is in possession. Oti. Forward. A bit more direct, looking for the run of Lacasse again. Arsenal do just need to be careful that they don't start forcing it too early. Plenty of time in this game. As you said, Gilly, it's about finding your feet in these early stages of the season, getting the passing going. Mornan.
I think you just notice, I mean, they win a corner by Arsenal, but it's just getting on the same wavelength, you know, getting on the same page. Marnham seeing the pass there, Fall just reacted a little bit too late to it, but it's expected because it is the first game of the season. It is expected to just be a little bit behind on those sort of things.
Bruna Mornan then to deliver this one. She's the second highest goal scorer for Arsenal last season, 16 goals across all competitions, 5 in the Champions League. Can she be the creator-in-chief? Towards Lacasse at that far post. Oti gambled and is able to keep this one in. Little. Space opening up for her. And that one wasn't too far away.
Yeah, it's a great attempt by Kim Little there. Chloe Cass as well. You see this second touch, it just seems like the ball just gets stuck underneath her foot, which is natural when you're playing on a pitch like this, but manages to get a great strike off millimetres away.
Maritz. Gilly, you've played with Kim Little before. Just how good is she?
Yeah, I've played with her, and I knew how good she was then, played against her, and then even realised even more so how great of a player she is. But from a centre-back playing with the likes of Kim Little, who wants the ball all the time, will always show for you, she's a dream player to play with, and a great leader as well for Arsenal.
What would you say her leadership style's like? Because obviously you're very chatty. Is she loud, or does she lead by example?
She leads by example. She's not afraid, though, to tell you if something's not good enough. She's not going to be the one screaming and bellowing, but yeah, she sets the tone and sets the standard with the way she trains, you know, off the pitch, how she acts. She's just ultimate professional.
Fan favourites for Arsenal. Incredible number of records to her name as well. Racked up her 250th appearance for the club last season. Space opens up here for Capox. Rano's up there with her as well. McCabe's going to sniff out the danger on that occasion. There's a neat turn by Little. McCabe. A bit more central now for Arsenal. Forward. Oh, he's looking to shift the ball back onto that right foot. One with the delivery, looking for Russo. Tandberg. Carlson gives it straight back to Little. There's one player you don't want to give it to, it's her. Russo with the effort. Lifted wide, and another Arsenal corner.
Yeah, you can see what Russo was trying to do there. Smart on the turn, took a touch out of her feet, but Kim Little does so well, picks the ball up, drives. Russo only had one thing on her mind, though, and that was to open up and have a strike.
She had a different kind of threat to what Arsenal had with Stina Blackstenius last season. Really fierce competition for places as well when Viviana Miedemar comes back too. And then Beth Mead is of course fit and firing. She's on the bench this afternoon. McCabe then to deliver from this near side. In towards Russo, who climbed well. So it's going to be a tough ask getting that one past Anderson from that far out. Tandberg flicks on for Capox. There's an extra run on the far side as well with Lennartson. She's not been scared of breaking forward on that right-hand side. Lestat to join her. Only momentarily cleared. Lennartson into Mamiki. Away by Lacasse. Takarada underneath it, battling away with Marnham. And Marnham can bring that one out of danger. In a step. Lacasse. Gets into the ball fairly by Carlson. De Jong. Capox finding Tandberg. That's better play by the hosts.
Yeah, Marsh just needs to take a bit more care in possession. I don't really think, to be honest, they're going to get much from this referee today either. So, you know, they've just got to be careful with it. Be sensible with it. Don't force balls forward. Keep the ball. Tire Linkoping out, you know. And yeah, and just look after it, because as soon as they lose it, they're on the counter.
Maniki with 2 arms up on the far side. Every target inside the Arsenal 6-yard box. It comes from the Japanese winger. Away by Zinsberger. Moy, I'm not sure, wanted that pass from Little. Linkoping can enjoy a bit more of a sustained spell of possession. Lennartsen. So there's a problem for Nelly Carson, left-sided centre-back of the 3. She's featured in every game for Linkoping this season. So that is quite the concern for the home side. It does give the 2 teams a chance to regroup, and I wonder, Gilly, what Jonas Eidevall will be saying to his players in that huddle.
You'd like to think he'd say, stay patient, you know, and be tidy with the ball in possession. You're looking at it then, Kim Little, you're going back to Woman Moore, you're putting her in a bit of bother. Just go forward. If there's nothing on, just go forward and get yourselves up the pitch. Woman Moore, if nothing's on, go over the top, you know, because Linkoping are looking for Arsenal to turn over the ball so that they can get on the front foot and attack. And essentially, you are the away team, you know, so you got to play like that in a sense, and be sensible and just take care of the ball.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but there is a heavy degree of bandaging on the right leg there from Carlson. To cut the shin pads off implies it might be the end of her game. This is another look at the penalty incident. Cannons off the arm, doesn't it, off Stina Lennartsen on the edge of the penalty area. Really harsh on her and unfortunate. So the first change is a debut. Angela Beard's coming on, having only recently joined from the W League expansion team Western United. She's an experienced figure, 26 years old, a full international for the Philippines, having switched from Australia. She's going to have to adjust to the rhythm of this game very quickly. Forward by Usland. Lennartsen looking to get behind McCabe again. Used their body well, though, the Ireland captain. Little.
Just watching that then, Arsenal playing out from the back. You've got Zinsberger, who's coming quite high, practically being like a third centre-back. Really, what Woman Moy then should be doing is, if Zinsberger's that high, she should be coming out a bit wider, which means then Katie McCabe can go a bit higher, which in that ball across from Illister, Katie McCabe would have been there. She's a bit higher. So it's a bit, I'm just watching Zinsberger and I'm a bit nervous as a centre-back anyway for a goalie to be doing that, but there's got to be a reason behind doing that.
Looking to stretch the channels again, the home side. It does feel like they sense that there is going to be space in those wide areas, especially with Noella Maritz and Katie McCabe looking to bomb forward, as they often do. About midway through this first half, and Arsenal have had a penalty saved, and Chloe Lacasse has shot straight at Kaiser Anderson as well, but aside from that, Gunners haven't been able to create too much. Just need to get into their usual fluency.
Just needs to be moved a little bit quicker as well. It's too slow, you know, like I just said then, with Zinsberger coming high, skip players out, miss players out, bounce the ball, move them, you know, and you've got to allow Lynn Sherman to come out. That's when the space will open up for the likes of Marnham, Kim Little to be picking it up in the pockets.
Bit of step. And there's Marnham finding a pocket of space. That's a nice play by the Gunners. First time passing on this occasion. Lacasse to Marnham, who miscues her pass. Maritz. All right, Gilly. You saw how quickly they were able to go up through the gears there, the Gunners. Yeah, they're capable of it. It's just a case of getting rid of that rustiness that every season starts with. Rousseau. Moy looking to force the issue a bit more. Ford. Lacasse. Bertie. I saw one there from Tamberg. Morgan. Give and go between her and Little. Ford's brought into action as well. Australian will settle for another Arsenal corner.
Yeah, you've seen it is difficult for Arsenal because of how Linköping is they're set up in a block. You know, they're there to frustrate Arsenal.
Short from the corner this time, the Gunners. Little, we've seen her take aim from here before. This time she finds Mornham. And fires into the side netting.
Again, I think you're just noticing the ball just getting stuck under players' feet. You know, especially Kim Little there. She's trying to return, she's trying to get away from her marker, but the ball, it's the pitch how it is. It's just stand underneath her feet.
Tamberg, proven to be quite a nuisance up front. Very useful hold-up player to have. Here she is again. This time outnumbered by the Gunners, but again the surface causing all sorts of problems as it skips up. Maritz. Giving it straight to Lennartson. And here's De Jong. Into Tamberg. Miki to her right. De Jong back in the middle, but it's good defending by Caitlin Ford.
Yeah, really good recovery from Caitlin Ford then. Wins it, tries to look to go forward as well. Could have forced it, but didn't. Just went back and kept the ball.
McCabe. Urged forward by her teammates to pick out Lacasse. Maritz is on her bike on the right-hand side. Little wants to go to the left. Now Ford up against Lennartson once more. And good defending by the Swede.
I think Arsenal as well, they need to try and get McCabe and Maritz a little bit higher in those pockets, because Linköping, the defenders don't know whether to go or whether to stay. And Kate McCabe then, as you just see, picks the ball up, naked in space, able to turn and drive forward.
Linköping have already had a number of Arsenal corners to defend, but they've done well so far. McCabe in towards Wilvermoy. A combination, perhaps, of Anderson on the post kept that one out.
Yeah, it's a good delivery in from Kate McCabe. Wilvermoy gets up, peels round the back. It's a good save by the goalkeeper as well, strong hand.
Well, Sir Anderson this season, she's very much the clear number one in this side. And every single minute. Only kept 6 clean sheets so far, though. She's being made to work for it this afternoon. Takarada unable to get that ball under control. And the Cass will waste no time getting Arsenal back on the front foot. Where it needs to be a bit zippier, you expect. Moy again, picking out forward. More direct by the Australian this time, and forward's in a good area. It's on its way through to goal. Arsenal in the ascendancy. The Cass. McCabe. Mornham. All of a sudden, Linköping with every player back behind the ball. Get the sense that it may just require that individual bit of brilliance that we saw from Caitlin Ford just then.
Yeah, and I really like Ford as a player. I think in the World Cup, a lot went through her, and when she was having a good game, when she was able to get into the game, it set Australia alight, you know, and she controlled a lot of the game. And then fantastic footwork then, bypassing 2 defenders to get into the area.
Here she is again, picked out by McCabe. This time crossing. Kelsey's in there, Russo's in there as well. Oh, that one took a wicked deflection. Mornham was looking to profit.
Get another delivery in by Ford. Really though, there's only a couple of players in there. So Kim Little on the side volley. They can't really connect to it, get enough power behind it.
Arsenal pressing very high. And Linköping have managed to break through it. Now here's Renatsen. Not known for getting forward this much at this stage in her career. She's done really well there to pick out Sellerud, who can cut inside herself. Straight at Zinsberger.
And that is sometimes the worry as well when the team do high press like Arsenal. If you don't all go together, or the team's able to bypass the press, and sometimes you can then be exposed. Arsenal just do enough though to force Lennartson to play the ball wide. But you know, they deal with it in the end, but it's just, that's the worry sometimes when you press. You've all got to go together and you've got to time it right.
Russo making her debut in Champions League football. Mornham. 4 years she spent here as a Linköping player. Good hold-up play this time by Russo. And there was the return as well into Kim Little. Finding herself in very advanced positions, the Arsenal captain. Maritz. Wide to Akas. Still only 2 players in red in the Linköping penalty area, surrounded by blue shirts. Okay, just going to chase after the ball she gave away. Tamberg.
In these sort of games, though, it's ultimately the person on the ball is the person who makes the decision, but a lot of responsibility lies with the other players, the supporting players. How am I moving for a teammate? And sometimes you move, not necessarily to get the ball, but to open up other space, but you can't be static. It's the worst thing when I was playing as a centre-back, when you're looking up and you've just got a bank, the opposing team, 2 banks of 4, whatever, sitting in front of you, and everyone's just standing watching you. It's really tough.
Movement slightly lacking from Arsenal this afternoon. Still plenty of time to change that, only half an hour played. Little. Ford. Again, the ball just getting stuck under her feet. Managed to get a corner out of it though, and they were dangerous from the last one, the Gunners. That's what Robbie Moy. Another good stop by Anderson. Came from this side as well. Mornan offer up from this set piece. 23 minutes on the clock, still goalless in Sweden. And he delivers, punched away by Anderson. And I think he's just going to be having one of those games where every single decision she makes is the right one, the goalkeeper. Okay, switching flank to pick out Lacasse. Now McCabe, and what she's capable of from those types of position. Very quickly closed down. Loose touch. Liavelti. Shirking. This is the Pring spending so much of the time inside their own half, chasing the ball. And they do get those opportunities like Cornelia Capoch just had. Slightly run out of steam. No, it's a second bite of the cherry here. Albeit before Kim Little was into her very quickly.
I'm laughing because that's the second time Kim Little in the space of 30 seconds has won the ball back after Arsenal have transitioned it.
It's part of the game that goes under the radar as Marnham can run up another strike. You've got someone like Kim Little who is so good going forward. I mean, only 5 players have scored more than her 42 goals in this competition. Just 14 have played more than her 67. Only 10 have assisted more than her 16. It's the dirty side of the game as well, isn't it? The unfashionable part, Gilly, that you made your name doing, winning the ball back for your team and just passing it on.
Yeah, just keep it simple. I wish I had Kim's attacking ability, but unfortunately I missed out in that department, so I've done the dirty stuff instead.
It's nice to know your limitations, isn't it?
That's what I knew when I was a player. I knew my limitations.
Here's Maritz. Little's trying to make the run ahead of her. This is where there does need to be a bit more urgency in Arsenal's play. Maybe a few more options in midfield as well. It's loose by Velti again, uncharacteristically so from her in this first half.
It's just Arsenal trying to find a space and making sure they're not taking someone else's space. Now, Lister had the ball, she's looking for the diagonal, and Marnham pulls off of her player going into Katie McKay's space, so you're sort of ruling both of them out because she couldn't physically get the ball there.
Here is McCabe now, slightly behind Ford. Velti's there in support. Little. Forward staying wide. Looking to switch things up, looking for her good friend Alessia Russo over the top. Two did used to room together during their time playing for the Tar Heels over in America. Punched out wide by Little. Forward. It's worth a go. And straight to Anderson.
Yes, it's a good effort from forward. You know, I don't think it was necessarily troubling the goalkeeper. Anderson done really well then. Safe claim. It's good for Full to mix it up, you know, because she's been going down the byline every time. It's good for her to mix up and come back inside and have a shot.
Miki with a nice ball forward, and Larsson's through on goal. It's Lennartson. From the troubles Innsberger, but did have every Arsenal player running back towards their own net.
Yeah, again, it's another Arsenal turnover. Kate McCabe pulled out of position as well on the spaces behind. I mean, she would have had to have done a lot to beat Zinsberger from that angle. It doesn't trouble her at all in the end, but it is something that Arsenal need to be aware of.
Stina Lennartson, 26-year-old right midfielder or right wing back. She was a surprise inclusion in the Sweden side. She actually got called up through injuries to other defenders. But then, Gilly, you were saying before we came on air, you actually saw her playing in midfield in one game, and she was incredibly impressive in the centre. Yeah,
I mean, and both of them, both the Lennartsons, done really well. But yeah, I mean, Sweden in the whole of the World Cup, they done well. They obviously got to the latter stages and lost out obviously to Spain. But it's great to see that side, other nations developing, you know, and it's exciting for when they come back in their home clubs to bring that standard back to there.
Sweden have been the force in women's football, must be said, although the money that's been going on, that's been put into the English women's game, actually seen them attract more star power. But it's worth us remembering that back in 2007, when the Gunners did lift the Champions League trophy, they weren't playing against the Swedish side. A long time ago, Lumia, the one and only Marta up front.
I was a young 15-year-old pup watching on the bench there. Blagged myself a gold medal.
Best seat in the house. McCabe. And towards Russo. Lacasse is there. She's looked lively on her debut.
Yeah, it's a good delivery again. Kate McCabe, she has an early look up. Sees that the space is there. I think she initially was aiming for Russo. Not too sure how much Lacasse could see that, because Beard seems to go for the ball, but does enough to get a connection on it, but just wide of the post.
Anderson this time having to go long, but Tandberg really willing to put a body about up front. Loose by Woodman. It will be kept in by Caitlin Ford. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Kim Little seeing a penalty saved inside 6 minutes. Gunners are on the front foot here with Mornham. She's again the Norwegian going for goal herself. And again finding Vanessa Anderson in the way.
Another one of those attempts. Mornham this time in the half space. No, picks it up, nice sharp turn. She's only got one thing on her mind. Now Anderson stretching, full stretch, tips it over. But it's really good for Marnham.
Now an opportunity to deliver from this corner. Gunners must be close to double figures on corners in this game. And now Anderson just able to cut that one from the sky. Actually a former teammate of Frida Mornham. The two won the Swedish league together here in Linköping. The last time that they won the domestic top flight in 2017. Hillestead. Lacasse. Beard will prevent that one from running out for another Arsenal corner. Just trying to up the tempo that bit more now, the Gunners. Monham. Ford. McCabe looking for Russo again. And here's Kim Little! Whiskers wide of that bottom corner.
It's the player that you want picking it up in that space just outside the 18-yard box. Drills it, like you can see, she laces that, hoping to find the bottom corner, but just goes wide of the post.
Seems like they've got much more of their range now in terms of shooting from outside the box, the Gunners. A couple of near misses for them towards the end of this first half. Step out for Maritz. Now Little. He's moving it around much better now. He was waiting for McCabe to get up. He was slightly slow to join her, the Republic of Ireland international. Taking another risk, passing it out from the back. Inside are well into their season, as mentioned. They're playing with confidence. Russo. Back out for Monham. McCabe, a bit deeper this time. He's going to evade everyone, including Lacasse at the far post.
Yeah, it's just Arsenal's decision-making in the final third. Just needs to be a bit better. You know, it's understandable because the sharpness isn't really there at the moment, but it's just the decision-making. Freedom Ireland putting the ball in the box. Arsenal wasn't ever really in a position to win it. Katie McCabe then overhits the ball, really, and it runs out of play. It's just that it is frustrating because Linkoping is sitting in a block, you know, and Arsenal they're trying to move him, they're trying to get it in the pockets, they're trying to mix it up, but it's just the final third decision-making just needs to be a bit sharper from Arsenal.
Step. Is their time for the Gunners to force their way through this resolute Linkoping's defence before we break for half-time. Ford against Lennartson. Gets round her again. It's a good ball into the box. Oh, and very nearly. A fortuitous deflection towards goal.
Ford does really well again. You know, she could have 2-3 players up against her out there and she still manages to find a way into the box. Comes to Russo, she's trying to find the set for Monham. Luckily for Linkoping, it goes over the crossbar.
2 minutes to be added on at the end of this first period. Arsenal with a corner, Arsenal on the front foot. McCabe lofted up. Difficult to deal with in the swirling wind. Hamburg's behind that one, and now De Jong will get the opportunity to clear. Anywhere will do for Linkoping. How much they want to preserve their clean sheet going into the break. There's a second ball on the pitch. I'm not sure anyone's actually noticed it as play goes on. Maritz. Final 60 seconds of the first 45 minutes. Step. Finding Lacasse again, the two summer signings linking up. Instead again, probably had more touches than any Arsenal player in this first period. Tamberg's been heavily involved for the hosts. Battling away with Messia Russo and winning the ball as well. Miki. There's Lennartson overlapping as ever. There's Emma Lennartson. Back to Stina. And now Emma again. Able to keep that one in play. Well, it has been an action-packed first 45 minutes. It's been a bit slower paced at times than we're accustomed to seeing with Arsenal. They have had their chances. Little seeing a penalty saved after the ball had been handled inside the penalty area. That was just 6 minutes in. Maisa Anderson, who did save the penalty, has definitely been the busier of the two goalkeepers. On a number of occasions she's had to tip the ball over the bar, push it wide, push it as far away from goal as possible, as Arsenal have taken range from various different positions in and around the penalty area. That's at half-time in this Champions League qualifier. It is Arsenal 0, Linkoping 0.
He's saying he'd be understanding in the sense of the way that they've started that first half, because of the fact of it is their first game of the season. You know, Linkoping obviously midway through their season as well, but I think defending-wise they've been great, but defensively, but attacking they haven't really brought anything to the game. But for Arsenal, their standard needs to be a lot better. Their movement off the ball needs to be a lot better. It's very slow on the ball. They need to lift the tempo up. You know, need to go at Linkoping now. They're not going to want extra time. They're not going to want penalties. They want to get the game done in this second half.
A standout performer for them so far has been their goalkeeper, Maisa Anderson. Has been called into action a number of times, the 30-year-old Swede. The other player who's stood out to me is the player who's going to get us back underway, Kathinka Tamberg, 19 years old, leading the line really well for the home side. Really powerful striker who's been occupying Arsenal centre-backs very well by herself. She's running the channel there as well. And she is the number 9, to the left-hand side for Capox. First time delivering, the Cape had to get that one right. The danger's not cleared though. Lennartson and Zinsberger will take control of that situation.
Yeah, Linkoping there coming down, obviously their left-hand side, Arsenal's right-hand side. Maritz caught in no man's land there. You know, she had a player on her right shoulder, there was a player on the left shoulder. She wasn't really marking any of them. The space just opened up, but it's where Arsenal have been hit the most in this game so far, is in the wide areas, the space behind Maritz, the space behind McKay, but McKay does really well to come round and cover and win the initial header.
And she is now the Arsenal number 15 into the feet of Morna. Powerful play by her to with a number of challenges. No changes for either side at the break, we should point out. There are options on the Arsenal bench, especially in those forward areas. Looking at the likes of Beth Mead, Lena Hurtig, Gio as well, Victoria Pelova. Really stacked for quality in this side. Ruben. McCabe, 10 Champions League appearances for her last season. Actually captained the side for the semi-final against Wolfsburg. Named in the UEFA team of the season for her efforts during the last campaign. She had a World Cup to remember as well, didn't she, with the goal of the tournament nominee against Canada, direct from the corner. But like the other 9 outfield players in Arsenal shirts, has just struggled to click into full gear this afternoon. Moy taking a risk against Tamberg and losing out as well to Mimiki. Tamberg waits for support from De Jong. And Takarada comes off the challenge of Lacasse. Now De Jong. Wide for Lennartson. Dion's gone for the return as well. Not sure whether she intended it as a shot. Very nearly crept in at that near post.
You see Woman Moy, she puts her hand up to apologise because it's her turnover that caused this. Zinsberger does a good save there. Pushed it round for a corner, but Arsenal again sloppy in possession. Their turnover creates a chance. They need to be tidy.
Namiki to deliver then on the set piece. Fans sensing a real opportunity here against the favourites. Away by Woodman Moy. Still not yet cleared though by the Gunners. Celerud goes for goal. Zinsberger had to be alert again.
It's another easy save for Zinsberger to make. Sometimes though, those are the difficult ones, you know, if you're not switched on properly, you don't do the basics right.
Mornham. Forward. Cape stays forward. Here she is now. Little. Always looking to pick out the Cass. And wins Arsenal a corner. And then Sherping with just 3 clean sheets in the last 11 games, home and away. Although they have kept back-to-back clean sheets at home. There's another test here from this delivery by Katie McCabe. All the way through, Anderson had to watch that one carefully. And done well again. Celerud on the break. Ran out of options. It's a pretty audacious attempt. She probably looked across, realised that she was a good 15 or 20 yards ahead of any teammate. Spotted Zinsberger off her line. Belty. Rousseau. Morning goes short. In from McCabe. And there's players at the far post. In the stat it was. Given her goal-scoring record at the World Cup, you would have expected her to find the back of the net there.
I think this has probably been one of the best deliveries because it caused Anderson problem. You know, every other delivery has been on top of Anderson, and the way she's planning this game, she's come for everything, she's won everything. That one there is sort of in that space, do I come, do I stay, and it caused the confusion.
Cass. Arsenal looking to turn the screw while they're on top. In a step, the latest chance for the Gunners. Maritz. Nice play by the Gunners. So it was finding the Cass in the wide area. Kay was the spare player there, doesn't need a second invitation to cross. She's found Little in the area. Wiggles away from trouble, Kim Little still going! And Ford heads home at the far post. And finally, Arsenal have the advantage, breaking through what has been a resolute Linkoping defence. Caleb Ford has been involved in most attacks for the Gunners this afternoon. It's only right. She's the one who applies the finishing touch.
I think every Arsenal fan, player just breathing a sigh of relief. They broke the deadlock. You know, Kim Little does so well then, because she sells Takarada with the initial one, and then she has an option then of a cross. Does she drive it or does she dink it? When she dinks it there, Caitlin Ford at the back post, great header as well into the bottom corner, but good play from Arsenal.
Another assist for Little to add to her rounding list. They still just need to be careful. Celerud crossing in, Tandberg was underneath it, Takarada on the volley! Oh, how close was that? Arsenal very nearly caught cold.
And then it is proven that you're most vulnerable on the attack when you've just scored a goal. Kate McCabe then header goes down into the, I was going to say grassing, but it's not down into the 3G and bounces back up again. Ideally should have liked a bit more distance on that, not dropping the ball into such a dangerous area. But yeah, thankfully for Arsenal, they're breathing a sigh of relief that it went wide.
Takarada did score a couple of games ago, the third goal in a 5-2 win away from home. She's in good form as well, the 23-year-old Japan international. Really misfired there from, it was a really good opportunity. Oh, it's been given away and there's a chance here. And the debut for Russo. Lacasse is in there too. What an excellent bit of recovery defending that was by Emma Rusland. Give away the free kick eventually, but it could have been so much worse for the hosts.
Yeah, you see what Russo's trying to do there. Anderson comes out early, makes herself big. Russo, you see with her right foot, she's just trying to play it around the left foot of Anderson because it's outstretched. But she gets a good toe on it, stops it going there, but Russo, her eyes must have lit up. She must have thought, this is the chance for me to get a goal on my debut.
Incredibly good starting position. And the goalkeeper, Kaiser Anderson. She had made that initial stop. Emma Rusland well placed to halt Chloe Lacasse's advances. Danger not yet over though for Sherping. You'd imagine Katie McCabe will fancy swinging this one. Indeed, it is McCabe. It was always rising.
Yeah, you can see what she wanted to do there. Just leant back a little bit. I mean, she was still given the time and space to be able to pull the trigger on that one.
A few errors starting to creep into the hosts' game. It's been given back to Ford. Russo couldn't bring that one into her stride. This is where the match will begin to open up. It is a straight knockout. Sherping no. They've got just over half an hour to get themselves back into this tie. And that's when the gaps will begin to appear, and that's when Arsenal will start to work their way forward again. At the moment, they will be incredibly relieved, feeling quite comfortable in possession. Maritz. Little spots McCabe. Maritz again. Plenty of time to assess her options, looking for Russo. Covered by Little. There is Arsenal's captain again. Ford. Gunners working the space much better now as Ford can beat her marker once more and win at another set piece.
Caitlin Ford is just so dangerous on this left-hand side. For me, she don't ever seem like she tires either. She's just constant, running at the back line, causing so many problems for them, and wins another corner for Arsenal.
4 goals and 2 assists in 7 Women's Champions League appearances last season for Caitlin Ford. It's always the sense from her, though, that there's more to come. She puts in so much effort every time she plays. Good ball in by Mornham. Lacasse. Neat bit of play by Kim Little. Mornham happy to use McCabe as the decoy. Little to Vauban. Lacasse. Again, using the decoy well. Lacasse goes for goal. Straight to Anderson again.
Is that an old-fashioned toe punt then? I just see, but Chloe Lacasse there, yeah, great dribbling. You know, she cuts inside, she looks up, she goes to goal herself, does to bring out the classic toe punt. But it's a danger as well every time she's got the ball.
It's an unorthodox strike, very nearly effective. McCabe into switch play. Celerud was underneath that one all the way. Takarada can just sweep up in midfield. Now De Jong. Spotted a run into the channel. Ilestedt needs to be careful. And did well there, the Swedish defender.
Yeah, it's a good recovery then from Ilestedt. You know, gets a toe on it, goes back to Zinsberger, but looked like she could have got caught in a race.
Elsie. Hour on the clock. Arsenal looking much improved at the start of this second half. McCabe. Now forward. Inviting Lacasse into the penalty area. She's got Maritz with her too. It's another good cross, and Russo! Well, the goal was gaping for a debut goal for the England international, and she knows it.
Yeah, it's good initial play from full to find Lacasse. Lacasse then finds Maritz. Russo has to hit the target there. She has to do better. Great downward header as well. A couple of centimetres to the right, that would have got in, but she should be kicking herself because she should have hit the target.
Chloe Lacasse is one of 3 Arsenal players to be withdrawn. Lena Hurtig celebrating her birthday yesterday, gets the final half hour at her former home. And then it's another former star who joins the action next. Alessia Russo leaving the field after missing what would have been a debut goal. Stina Extenius, who was a hero during her time here. 2 separate spells, scoring 66 goals in 125 appearances. She won the league and 2 Swedish Cups with Linköping. It meant a great deal to her to get this kind of reception. And final change, see Steph Catley return from captaining Australia at the World Cup. She's on in place with Noella Maritz. I know we mentioned the strength and depth earlier, but that's 3 seasoned international players coming onto the pitch to replace 3 seasoned international players.
Yeah, and it's really good for Arsenal now to have that squad. No, because it's let them down as the past seasons have gone on. They've got to a point where they've just not had the squad when injuries have hit. They've not had the players there of the similar quality, and it has affected them. So I think obviously Jonas Eideveld, Arsenal club as a whole, have looked at that in this off-season and really recruited well to now have a team that are able to compete in all fronts. Regardless if they've got injuries or that, they've still got players that can come off the bench and make an impact.
Little. Still, of course, good players to return from injury as well. Williamson, Diana Miedema. We probably won't be given too many minutes today, if any at all. I'm not sure they'll want to risk any of her rehabilitation on a pitch like this. So much potential in this side. Is Hurtig. 28 yesterday. Will she get a late birthday present? She finds Mornham. Somehow it stays out of goal. Another excellent bit of goalkeeping by Kajsa Anderson.
We've just got to ask, how has that stayed out of the back of the net? Hurtig does well, comes on, brings energy. Anderson plays a 1-2 with the post off the back of her head, and it stays out.
Mornham, who had the strike, delivers this one in. Good area as well. Hurtig's in there, but the flag has gone up on that far side. What a game she's having.
So not worth it.
You want me to help you?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anderson, with a weaker left foot, it's not the most convincing.
I don't know if they both for you.
Hurtig
I need it.
almost getting in behind.
Without bread? Yes.
Yeah, Hurtig's done well since she's come on.
Thank you.
She's got a bit of energy. Obviously, Ford's gone over to the right-hand side now as well.
Concern there as Turnberg's gone down. Sure, her teammates are aware of the trouble that she's in, just inside the Linkoping half. Like an awkward landing when she challenged in the air with Wubben-Moy. Gilly, I'm sure you've probably had a few of those throughout your career.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I was Wubben-Moy then, not Turnberg, but yeah, I think she didn't know really what part of her leg to hold initially as well, because she initially held her foot, then she held her calf. Now they're assessing her, they're looking at her knee, and it's difficult landing on a pitch like this. You know, I remember I played in a game against Liverpool when I used to play on a 3G pitch like this, and I fell awkwardly in my hip, and there's no give in it, and it was one of the worst pains I've felt in my life in regards to injuries. It was horrible, but yeah, it is the worry as well, especially when you're coming up from distance and you're landing, how you will land as well on a pitch like this.
It's only natural that in Scandinavia they play on these surfaces. It means that they're able to play when it's snowing, which it so often is, of course. So northern we are. It does increase the risk of injury. Gives the Gunners a chance to get some energy gels in, at least for the final 25 minutes. Turnberg, thankfully, it's okay to continue. No serious damage done. As mentioned, if things stay the same, the Gunners will be back here again on Saturday, playing in the final of this 14 qualifying tournaments. And they may have the best seat in the house for it. They know something we don't, clearly. Celerud. Give and go between her and Capox. She's away again, Celerud. Nice ball back, looking for Mamiki. Elsie can come with a free kick from De Jong.
That's one of the first decisions really that the referee's given Arsenal. A lot of the 50-50s, a lot of the off-the-ball stuff she's missed in this game. She's let the ball play on, the game play on.
Catley. Morno. Give and go between her and Blackstenius, doesn't pay off. And Artson can bring this one forward. Capox looking out Celerud again. Oh, that one could end up in the goal. It's just been flicked away from danger by Manu Zinsberger. Actually, for a second, you had your hands over your face.
It's one of those ones, as a defender, you try and put your leg out, it takes a naughty deflection, which is what it did. It come off of Illister there. She seems like she has it cleared. Zinsberger with her back to play. Didn't know where it was going to end up, but thankfully it went out for a corner.
Just had to do everything she could to shovel that one away from goal at the expense of a corner. 22 minutes to play here. Set piece for the hosts. At the near post, Beard will keep this attack alive. Celerud hooks it back in. He was there to tidy things up with the assistance of Frida Marnham. Ilestedt. Too telegraphed there by McCabe, looking for Catley. And now Mamiki can carry it forward before being brought down by McCabe. And what will we say before the game? A match made in heaven for the referee and Katie McCabe, who I'm sure will be booked for that tackle she had to make, though, given the mistake.
Yeah, I think she'll have a yellow card. A turnover from McCabe. You know, she realised it was her error. I'm not too sure though if she needed to dive in, because Ruben Moy was there behind. Yeah, she got the yellow card. Ilestedt was there behind. Trust your defenders. You know, you're getting a silly booking that's not really needed, but she reacted like that because it was her turnover, and it was a poor turnover from her.
So the game's first yellow card goes to Katie McCabe. First game of the season. It won't be the last time that we say that. The options stood over it then for in chirping. Luka Mamiki deep in conversation with Inka Tamberg. Amelia Capox is the other player involved. Will be either Tamberg or Mamiki. Mamiki's left, Tamberg's right. Tamberg leaves it, it is Mamiki! Using a fine stop into Zinsberg.
It's a really good effort there. A really good effort. Tamberg obviously run over it, but Mamiki takes with her left foot, bends it round the wall, but strong hands from Zinsberger to parry it away.
Beard. Celerud. Trying to look down the outside. Good ball in as well for Tamberg. And I think that's done everything that she could with that cross. Needed another player to get into the box to help her out. Hurtig. Stenius wants it on the edge of the penalty area. It's Hurtig. Ball across. Ward couldn't quite get on the end of it. Little. Another good ball. Hurtig's there. Watson on this near side did just enough to push her away from the header.
Yeah, I did wonder on the initial one, the first cross that come in, if Hurtig had run offside. But again, Kim Little here, great delivery. Hurtig stretching over the top of the defender, really trying hard to make it up. Too far away.
A good 70 minutes on her return to playing for Kim Little. And bringing on another player with guile, with craft. Victoria Pelova. Impressed at a similar stage of last season's competition for Ajax. In the playoff game, actually, against the Gunners. Persuaded them to sign her last season.
Yeah, I really like Pelova as a player. I think, you know, she grew into the team last year as well. I think she was fantastic, especially against Wolfsburg in the Champions League in the semi-final as well last season.
Hurtig. Just went slightly too early. Pelova, 26 appearances, 2 assists. In 2 goals, I should say, 2 assists in 18 appearances for her since joining Arsenal in January. She did score at this stage of the competition for Ajax last season against another Swedish side, Christensen. She'll be tasked with getting forward a bit more in that midfield, with the likes of Linkoping protecting the Gunners' back line. Just over 15 minutes to play. Caitlin Ford's goal so far, the difference between these two. Okay. Space for Panova, number 10 position that she loves. Ford. He's open on this left-hand side. She's eventually found by Lubermoy. Now Hurtig, heavily involved since coming onto the pitch against her former side. Here she is again. Catley delivers towards Stenius, who had a bit of work to do to take that one on the turn. Just ground it out in the end.
I would say it's good patient build-up play by Arsenal as well. Hurtig obviously whips the ball in. Stenius trying to get it under control, but it's really difficult on this pitch. The bobble is just taking the ball all sorts of places that the players don't want it to. It's not setting up nicely for players, you know, to be able to pass first time or to hit it first time.
Positive as well to see the Gunners get back in position so quickly once surrendering possession, although they may get caught out here with Tandberg. Another good recovery challenge in defence. Ford turning away from trouble. Unable to pick out Palova. Dion spotted the run on this near side. That's Stina Lennartson, who's in acres of space. Had the options arriving, and Gilly, may she have been better going for goal herself.
Yeah, I'm wondering about Catley then. Catley gets drawn into the midfield. She gets distracted. Mamiki's in the midfield. She gets drawn over to her. Opens up so much space left side. You've got to be disciplined with that. You know, especially if a player is staying so wide, you have to be disciplined. You make that commitment of stepping into another position or stepping into another line, just opens up the space. But yeah, you'd be thinking she should have gone for goal herself.
So much time, so much space to make her decision. I do wonder when it's like that. Is it tougher because you play so much of football instinctively, don't you? When you are afforded that luxury of time, you overthink.
That's why I was a centre-back.
Dion. Now Takarada. Bringing up Capox in midfield, and now Tandberg takes it away from Ilestedt, and Tandberg gets the first sighting of goal in the second half. Losing it off target.
Yeah, you're seeing Linkoping really going for it now. You know, they're committing bodies forward. They're staying high up against Arsenal as well. Obviously, Arsenal, you've still got 15 minutes or so left of the game. You've got to manage it. Make sure you make the right decisions on the ball. Don't force it. Don't make no silly passes. Because Linkoping, they're going to go. They need to go. They don't need to go. They need to go and get at least another goal to get into extra time.
Okay. Gunners inviting pressure on their back line. Capox it was, who was behind the press, joined by Tandberg. And Zinsberger will clear her lines only as far as Takarada. But not quite away by McCabe. There's the Japanese midfielder Takarada once more. Beard, the left-sided centre-back on the overlap. Able to keep that one in on her debut.
Yeah, Arsenal just looking a little bit nervy. at the back. But Caitlin Ford does well then to help her teammates out. She's tracking back, making sure that then if that pass is made, it has to be overhit because she's in a good position to intercept it, which is what happens.
Hurtig. It's on to our compatriot, Stenius. Moy inviting the pressure from Tamberg. Managed to get in there ahead of them. And there's Mamiki with a real chance. Still going, the Japan international. She had 3 or 4 chances to take the shot on. Delayed until the angle was just too narrow.
I'm not too sure why she didn't take that a lot earlier. You know, she had the beaten of Vulti. Zinsberger there, you have to do better. You know, you are the goalkeeper, you have to take control of that, you have to demand that, but just send the ball long.
Just over 10 minutes to play then. And Miki delivers a corner. And Linkoping. And maybe caught on the counter-attack here. Katie McCabe, how much energy she got left in those legs. Chased down very quickly by Emma Oostland. And buying a free kick just to relieve a bit of pressure on the Arsenal back line, which momentarily looks pretty shaky.
Yeah, that's smart from Katie McCabe. You know, she picks the ball up. Palova does really well to find her initially from that corner. She does well. She looks up. Blackstenius is so far away. She can't really do nothing with it. Just dribbles and drives with the ball, cuts back inside, wins a great free kick. And now this is about the management side of it. You know, take your time to the free kick, set it up slowly. Still got 10 minutes left, yes, but manage it.
And McCabe and Mornan both over it. Palova's come short in midfield. Although he's being told by Jonas Eideveld to retreat to the halfway line just for some defensive support. And it goes towards Hurtig! Arsenal have their second. And Lena Hurtig scores on her homecoming. A towering header from the woman who celebrated her birthday just yesterday. And surely that's going to be enough for Arsenal to wrap up this victory. The Gunners lead by 2 goals to 0.
Yeah, a really good delivery there from Katie McCabe. He was unsure when Paloma started to pull out. She's going to play a short one. Puts it into a great area. Got Blackstenius in there, got Elista in there, got Hurtig in there. 3 big players. Does really well to win the header. Side of, towards the back of her head, really, on the side of it. Does really well. Anderson comes out, can get nowhere near it, but I think Arsenal will be breathing a sigh of relief that they've got that second goal now.
Well, she scored 17 goals during her time with Linkoping. This is just her 3rd in a Gunners shirt, all 3 of them coming in European competition. And that is a really important one for her and for her team as well. Just settles the nerves going into this final 10 minutes as the hosts Linkoping look to be gaining a bit of momentum at the other end of the pitch. 2 goals to 0. In a commanding position now, Arsenal. And surely they'll be back here on Saturday in the final. Takarada. Do the hosts have a response? Beard. Again, Tamberg running the channels by herself. She's played so well this afternoon as this lone striker. Jen Beattie, meanwhile, has come on to just shore things up at the back. Lennartson, decent cross. Instead had to get that one right. Sellerud hooks it back in. Hurtig will just volley that one away from danger. De Jong. Belty. Stabs that one out wide, but it's just been given straight back to Linkoping. Rusland. Takarada. Step. Gunners switching to 3 at the back. Frida Mornham it was who's made way for Jem Beattie, who actually scored here in March 2018 for Man City. As they won 5-3 on the night, 7-3 on aggregate in the Champions League quarter-final. Felty under pressure from Takarada. Better by the Gunners, more incisive with their passing. Catley trying to get the better of Lennartson. Extenius. McCabe. Ford. McCabe. Moy. Arsenal being patient in their build-up once more. No need to risk giving the possession back to Linkoping. Oh, it's a heavy collision between Mamiki and Ford. He's still scrapping away out there, even in the 85th minute. Cleared by Anderson. Kalova. Nestat almost operating as a midfielder at the moment. She broke forward. We see another substitution. Another couple, maybe even 3. And Linkoping. It's now ready to come on, of course. So they will go ahead. They'll sort out their final touches, the shin pads. Hurtig. Pulling the press, and then Lennartson. It's a good ball out into the wide area as well to find Celerud. Takarada. Mamiki. She's trying to be too cute with it.
I wonder if Mamiki as well was just thinking back to the chance that she had. If she did have a strike a little bit earlier on than what she eventually did, it could be sitting there, that would have been 1-1, would have changed the game.
Real let-off for Arsenal, that one. Hurtig. Nice take. And Beattie. Gunners will be heading off to Germany after this trip. Going to do some additional pre-WSL season training at the Adidas headquarters for eventually kicking off their campaign live at Emirates Stadium. Tickets still on sale for that, by the way. 40,000 people have already purchased their tickets. That is going up by the day. An incredible turnout. Opening game of the season against Liverpool at the start of October. So here come the changes. Michelle de Jong's number is up. She's being replaced in midfield. A straight switch of Felicia Saving. Coming on, fresh legs in the engine room.
Substitutions for team Linkoping. Player number 4, Emma Östlund. Number 18, Michelle de Jong. And player number 23, Cornelia Cafors.
Amelia Cabox and Emma Rusland also leaving the pitch. Marlene Bren, one of the new arrivals, also coming on. And she was just heading that ball away there. And Lisa Bjork, the final change. Tamberg, looks like she's going to get a full 90 minutes. Sellerud to Tamberg again. Head down, trying to charge towards the Arsenal penalty area. Sellerud up against McCabe. 90 seconds of the 90 minutes remaining. And back by Palova. Two Swedes ahead of her, as well as an Australian. It does go that way to Ford. Stenius is the option in the middle! And just as Hurtig did minutes ago, Stenius scores on her return to Linkoping. It adds cross to the scoreline for the Gunners, who have been frustrated this afternoon by a diligent Linkoping side. But they're showing their quality now. Arsenal 3, Linkoping 0.
Yeah, Paloma does really well here because she picks it up, got a nice little turn with it. Shows Blackstenius and Hurtig on the left-hand side, but she had Ford coming up on the right-hand side. Decided to go with Ford. He puts a great ball into the box, and Blackstenius, one touch. It's a really difficult finish as well, coming across her body. Yeah, Ford just had a little look up, puts it in a really dangerous area. A nice pass into the back of the net for Blackstenius, and that will do her confidence the world of good.
Stina Blackstenius for scoring goals in this part of the world. Turning into a clinical finisher for the Gunners as well. 18 goals for her last season, 5 of them coming in the Champions League, of which she got 4 assists as well. 9 goal contributions for her in 10 Women's Champions League appearances last season. Hitting the ground running this time around as well. Given away by Bjork. Palova. Straight out of play. Well, it says 3-0 on the scoreboard, Gilly, but it's been far from routine for the Gunners this afternoon, has it?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a very difficult first half for Arsenal. They was getting frustrated. Linkoping done really well defensively, you know, as a block, frustrated Arsenal, made them turn over. Obviously, Arsenal missed the initial penalty as well with Kim Little. So it sort of seemed like it was going to be one of those games, but they've just turned it on in the last 10 minutes or so.
And here comes Wilma Moy, looking for a fourth. And to Hurtig, teasing a ball across the face of goal, but perhaps one too many passes for Arsenal.
Yeah, Wilma Moy then enjoying a nice little run up from defence. She obviously went to her left-hand side where Hurtig was, and a bit unsure really if that's a cross for the back post for Ford, or if she's just trying to do a little cheeky one and put it straight into the net.
Just wondering how many of those mazy runs from centre-back you would have had.
I had a nosebleed, as they say.
Second you passed that halfway line. One back by Lennartson. Now Sellerud. Final few moments being played here as the Gunners close out this victory and turn their attention to Saturday's final. It will be played against one of Paris or Krivbas, the Ukrainian side, who both meet here tonight once the final whistle is blown. 8 PM kickoff between those two sides. And then Arsenal were just 90 minutes away from a playoff game, a two-legged playoff game, where we could see them drawn against some real big hitters, even before we even get to the Champions League group stage itself. Still plenty of work to be done before European future is guaranteed for Arsenal this season. Tamberg. Celerud. Away by Belty. Belty will chase this one down. She's got the long legs to get there first. She's been told to get up, actually, by Deborah Annex, the referee. Saving it was who went into the challenge with her. There she is now, saving. Finding Mamiki. Tamberg was on the run once more. Just going to race away from her easily into the hands of Zinsberger. Beattie. Stenius, scorer of Arsenal's third goal. Bjork. Over wins a free kick. The game's second yellow card is almost fruitless at this stage. Saving is the recipient. And that will be it. So Arsenal will be returning to this stadium on Saturday for a chance to book their spots in the next qualifying round. It's been a happy homecoming for Lena Hurtig and for Stina Blackstenius as well. Both of them adding a bit of gloss to the scoreline after Caitlin Ford had finally broken the deadlock just after the restart. They were pushed hard, the Gunners. A very tricky first test of the season. But they were equal to it. And that scoreline there will do their confidence a world of good going into Saturday's next test against one of either Paris or Krivas. That will be decided this evening. Now, though, it finishes here in Linköping. Arsenal 3, Linköping 0.